In a world where online connections can feel as tangible as real-life encounters, a story unfolds that reminds us of the delicate balance between trust and betrayal. Tonight, we gather to hear the captivating tale of Colleen Greenwood, an ordinary woman whose journey through love took an extraordinary turn. Engaged to a man who seemed perfect, Colleen found her dreams entangled in a web of lies. This is the story of how one woman's hope transformed into heartbreak and ultimately into the strength she never knew she had. As we delve into Colleen's life, we explore how a chance encounter led to a whirlwind romance, unexpected pregnancy, and ultimately a shocking revelation that changed everything. Buckle up as we take you through a narrative filled with passion, trust, and the painful realization that not all that glitters is gold. Back in 2014, Colleen was a woman rebuilding her life after a 17-year marriage that dissolved into divorce. With 2 spirited daughters, navigating single parenthood was both daunting and liberating. Her friends, sensing her loneliness, nudged her toward online dating, a realm foreign to her, yet full of promise. "Take a chance," they said, urging her to open her heart once more. Why not? She thought, her heart fluttering at the idea of laughter and companionship. With no specific type in mind, she hoped to meet someone kind, someone who could bring joy to her days. It was time to dip her toe back into the waters of romantic possibility. Weeks passed in a blur of profiles, some adorned with men holding fish, an odd trend she found puzzling. Many presented an image that felt too crafted, a lie veiled in charm. Then, on a quiet Sunday afternoon, a message appeared from a man who labeled himself as a firefighter. The absence of his photo intrigued her. He claimed that his job discouraged him from sharing images online, a reasoning that felt plausible to Colleen. When she requested pictures, he promptly sent several over. Each smile struck her heart, intertwining with fantasies of who he might be. Colleen confided in her sister during lunch one day. "There's this guy I'm chatting with. He seems really nice." Her sister raised an eyebrow. Her curiosity piqued. Why not see where it goes? Their conversation grew, fueled by shared interests and stories that made time fly. James was articulate, passionate about his work, and a devoted father. He wove tales of his daughters, highlighting the importance of family, a value dear to Colleen's heart. She could almost see the sparkle in his eyes as he spoke, imagining the bond he shared with them. Weeks turned into months, and their relationship blossomed. James would often arrive at her home in his firefighter uniform, the smell of smoke clinging to him, a scent that felt like safety. He became her hero, a man she admired and could depend on. In their time together, Colleen observed moments that demonstrated the depth of James's character. One story gripped her heart, an account of how he saved a child from a burning building, teeming with valor and compassion. A card from the saved boy, calling James his hero, sat proudly on her desk. Yet, amidst the joy, Colleen also felt the pangs of their limited time together. Work shifts meant their evenings were often truncated, and their conversations sometimes felt hurried. But they made it work, sending sweet texts and sharing laughter when time allowed. James's 2 daughters were moving abroad with their mother, and Colleen understood the heartbreak this brought. "Seeing him sad resonated with me," she reflected, acknowledging the strain of separation and the pain of familial divides. As their feelings deepened, Colleen introduced James to her close-knit family. The chemistry was undeniable. He charmed everyone with ease. Confidence radiated from him, and within moments of meeting, he captured their affection. Colleen felt secure, wallowing in the bliss that accompanied love. However, as months passed, the conversation about finding a future together took an unexpected twist. "Neither of us talked about having more kids," Colleen recalled, recounting their careful discussions on family planning. Then, in a moment that would change their lives, Colleen found herself faced with an unexpected pregnancy. Reality hit hard. "I was torn," she confessed, her voice trembling as she revisited the pain. "It wasn't the right time in my life to have another baby." James, supportive as ever, agreed that terminating the pregnancy was the best option. The burden of that decision lay heavy, yet she appreciated having his backing. But she faced the procedure with a solitude she never expected. He had to work that night, she lamented softly, her heart aching at the memory of experiencing something so intimate alone. Following the termination, a shadow loomed in their relationship. Colleen distanced herself emotionally, fearful of the possibility of another pregnancy. Yet James suggested a vasectomy to ensure nothing like that could happen again. We wouldn't have to face that problem ever again, he assured her. Weeks later, everything changed once more. Colleen felt unwell and, out of curiosity, decided to take a pregnancy test, a seemingly innocent move that sent her world spinning. I still remember the shock, she recounted, recalling when she confided in her sister about the tests. I thought I was going to be sick from disbelief, she said, her words laced with wonder. 5 tests later, the reality shattered her. Oh my God, everyone is going to think I cheated on you, she blurted out to James, but he remained unfazed, affirming his trust in her. It was touching, yet a part of her couldn't shake the fear. James weaved another narrative, declaring that the baby was a gift from God, a love returning to them. Colleen felt lost. At 41, I didn't want another child. But here she was, caught in a whirlwind of emotions and social judgments, forced to contemplate a life she never planned. Christmas came and went with a peculiar ambiance surrounding their home. The children were giddy, suspiciously more excited than usual, and Colleen sensed a secret in the air. It was during this festive twinkle that James revealed a surprise, his proposal. Handing her a small black book labeled Colleen Scott's Wedding Diary, he grinned as he asked her to marry him. Oblivious to the earlier dance of emotions, Colleen was overwhelmed with happiness. Unbeknownst to her, James had collaborated with her family, planning the entire ceremony down to the last detail. Their engagement elated them, igniting dreams that merged their families into a blended whole. Colleen pictured a life with James, cherishing the moments, yet dreaming of a day that would unite them officially. Yet beneath the surface, complications began to surface. Shortly after their engagement, James discovered a lump that sent shockwaves through their lives. He was scared, Colleen recounted, her heart sinking as she envisioned their future hanging in the balance. They agreed he should seek medical help, but the mounting anxiety was palpable. I went with him for his appointment, but he insisted on going in alone, she remembered vividly. When James emerged, the look on his face told her everything. Anticipation twisted into despair as he confided his fear of cancer. Coping with the potential reality was tough. How could we possibly focus on our wedding with this darkness looming over us? Colleen thought, grappling with the emotional strain. Yet hope flickered as James received a misdiagnosis. It ended up being a mix-up, he reassured her, returning to planning their wedding with vigor. Colleen felt the surge of relief wash over her, and their connection felt stronger than ever. But the emotional toll remained. The storm they navigated only brought them closer, fortifying their bond against uncharted territory. James's mom had an envious lifestyle. She was affluent and connected, living in the south of France. Colleen learned of his mother's wealth through James's casual mentions, which gradually painted a picture of lavishness that felt surreal. His stories became more extravagant, Colleen thought, noting the contrast between their humble life and the imagined riches of his heritage. Dining at upscale restaurants and attending exclusive events became their norm, yet the comfort brought a sense of unease. How far removed is he from reality? Colleen wondered, grappling with the identity of the man she loved. As James began discussing business ventures, a bar to be opened under his family name, she sensed an ulterior motive. Though they hadn't formally talked about investing, James discussed it so often that Colleen felt compelled to support him. After all, she was part of this family now, or so she thought. Her sister Karen had inherited money from their father, and so she saw this as an opportunity for both of them, two families uniting through a business. Colleen agreed to visit potential properties with James, inspecting spaces that would become their family establishment. Yet, an underlying tension replaced the initial excitement. She felt as if she were being drawn into a financial web far too complicated for comfort. As time passed, Colleen found herself scrutinizing their life together more closely. The romantic ideals we built seemed increasingly distant, she mused. The love that once felt sturdy began to reveal cracks she hadn't noticed before. The excitement of wedding planning had shifted to uncertainty as suspicions arose. The more she learned about James, the more questions filled her mind. Conversations that once flowed seamlessly began to feel staged and rehearsed. She would catch tidbits that contradicted what he previously said. One evening, as they casually shared stories after the kids went to bed, Colleen discovered details that left her unsettled. His friends started to seem like constructs, she remarked, her voice low. By this point, they had attended functions together, yet James spoke oddly about many of them, as if he were sharing something he previously concocted rather than lived through. Colleen's radar pinged louder with each new piece of information. The affection she felt swayed with the tide of confusing feelings swirling through her heart. Was he too good to be true? A question she dared not speak aloud for fear of shattering their fragile world. The turning point arrived unexpectedly when Colleen overheard a conversation that shattered the illusions she had carefully built. A friend of James casually mentioned something about his past, a whispered rumor tangled with credibility that flicked like ice water through her veins. "What do you mean, his last girlfriend?" Colleen asked, her heart racing. A deeper investigation revealed a chronology filled with secrets, tales of deceit and manipulation that left her feeling naive and betrayed. "The man I fell in love with? Was he real?" she gasped, feeling the ground shift beneath her. Desperate for answers, she confronted James. His reaction, rather than reassuring her, further deepened her fears. The truth emerged, ugly and raw. James had crafted his persona meticulously, weaving lies into a tapestry of love and respect. He had not only deceived her, but had concealed elements of his identity that changed the very foundation of their relationship. "Did you ever really love me?" she whispered, the sound trembling in the gathering silence. The aftermath. As the dust settled, Colleen found herself grappling with the fallout of their relationship. The love they shared, once vibrant and promising, faded into a memory laced with betrayal. With anguish and strength, she made the difficult decision to prioritize herself and her children, women bound to rise above the shroud. Days turned into restless nights as Colleen navigated the emotional terrain, determined not to repeat past mistakes. "I must protect my girls. We need to heal," she murmured as she began to rebuild. Through introspection, she learned that love could extend beyond romantic relationships, finding strength in her daughters and her sister. Their support became her guiding light as she rediscovered her worth, a powerful journey of growth, resilience, and self-love. Colleen faced many decisions with grace, refusing to allow James's betrayal to define her. "I enjoy my independence. I won't let anyone's lies shackle my future," she asserted, gaining strength from her experiences. As she moved forward, Colleen embraced the journey of life, recognizing that her path, while rocky, led her to a place of empowerment and unyielding hope. Tonight, we witnessed the heart-wrenching tale of Colleen Greenwood, a woman whose journey through love revealed the importance of trust, self-worth, and resilience. Colleen's story teaches us that while life may entwine our hearts with deception, the strength we find within ourselves can lead to remarkable transformations. As Colleen's new chapter begins, we are reminded that even after facing heartache, there is always light to guide us forward. Love, in its true essence, is about honesty, connection, and building our lives on a foundation of mutual respect, a lesson we should all carry in our hearts. Thank you for joining us on this journey, reminding us of the strength that resides within as we navigate the complexities of love and relationships.